Hello.
He did it again. Welcome to Marketing RV, because I looked at you like, are you going to do something here?
There's dead silence there. Okay.
And this is episode 022.
You sure?
It is. I'm absolutely 100%.
You weren't sure about 021.
I know, because I couldn't remember where we left off the week before. But since this is a two-parter and we are still hanging out.
Marketing RV double deuce.
At Cetlin Design.
Yeah,
Cetlin Design Group. With Larry Cetlin, the founder and CEO and president and owner and chef, janitor.
Not chef. He doesn't cook. It sounds like he goes out to
He's
lunches.
A foodie.
He's a foodie, but I
Yeah.
don't know if he cooks or not. We haven't gotten there yet.
Well, where we left off last week, I feel like I should have some like TV theme music behind that. Last week on our last episode, we left off with Lorraine talking about quality of marketing material versus quantity. Well, I didn't say that then, but I just said it now. And I said how I have encountered a lot of organizations and individual proprietors who just don't get or don't see the value in having quality. They just want it done, and they think if it's done by their 10-year-old grandson, it's just as good as hiring a pro. And I just have trouble with that because it comes down to your brand. And when I said that, Gene, you said, well, there's 5 things that come to mind. And we talked about 2 of them.
Right on the spot to remember. A
I
week
know.
ago, the 3 other things, I don't remember what they were. But
yeah, and even though it was just a few minutes ago, but whatever.
You're ruining everything.
It's a two-parter. We're still here recording. We didn't sleep here.
God.
But had we would have eaten well.
Yeah, apparently.
So on the back of Larry's card, it says, changing the world one design at a time, and then bullets with everything that they do.
Very important stuff, which has to do with his business. Skip through. And what's the last bullet?
Well, there's marketing, communication, branding. I'm not skipping it. Web, print, POP, point of purchase. Point of purchase, packaging, trade shows, direct mail, publication design, brochures, and great lunches.
I love how you just, what the hell is great lunches?
Great lunches. We like to schedule our meetings around lunch.
All right, can I schedule a meeting right now?
Absolutely. 11 o'clock, we meet for an hour, then we eat.
And then we eat.
You're
my kind of guy, brother.
Eating is fantastic.
My wife says to me all the time, are you at the restaurant again?
So,
I'm like, this is what we do.
Like last week, New Leaf, Japanese
Brumall.
fusion. Beautiful. They just opened up another place in Manayunk. That one has a liquor license.
I did not
Did
know
you know
that.
No, it's very good.
No, I did not.
Terry's the owner. He's done a great job there. You've got to try the spicy tentacles, squid tentacles. Delicious for lunch.
I'm okay with it.
Try Thea's down in Prospect Park. Ate there with Sunoco Race Fuels
Wait a
last
minute.
week.
Hold the Mediterranean?
Mediterranean.
Dude, I have been
Greek,
trying to get to this spot forever. Is it good?
It's very good.
Yeah?
What's that cheese that they set on fire? There's a name for
it. I know. I'll think about it.
Asiago they have a coating on it, and all that stuff is out of this world. Reading Terminal. Folks, if you haven't been down there on a Saturday, you don't know what you're missing.
I love every second of this.
Go to Loco Lucas, go down to Louise's place with the...
Wait. No. Say that again, you Loco Lucas. You
Loco
said it real
Lucas.
quick and then kind of pass by. What is it?
Loco Lucas. Puerto Rican food. They have the best paella, sweet plantains.
Mofongos?
Out of this world. They have mofongo, but
Yeah,
it's has to
buddy.
be part of the special.
Saganaki.
That's
the cheese you light on fire.
Is that the okay?
Yep.
It's they have a little Greek accent. I don't know what you were saying, but it was delicious. And falafel, the hummus. So you checking the menu out?
No. I'm looking. I actually Googled Greek cheese that you set on fire.
It is delicious. But if you go down to South Philly, you go down to Dad's Stuffings, 16th and Rittner. You go up to Lipkin's up in the Northeast, Castor Avenue for some great knishes and fresh bread. We'll make a move up to Uzbekistan, up in the far Northeast for some Russian, and hit Bell's Corner. The Bell's Market up there. Can't go wrong.
Uzbekistan, he said. It is. It's
little
Uzbekistan up there.
It's that's the name of the restaurant.
Oh, that is?
That is the name of the restaurant.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's Little Russia.
It's
That's
definitely
funny.
Little Russia.
So I'll tell you a couple I like. Cotman and you like halal?
Yeah.
So there's a cart, like a little cart on the side of it's Cotman and right across from where Jim's was. Remember where Jim's used to be? It's right there in front of the TD Bank, and they have the best lamb over rice on the planet.
There's a place 22nd and Market. I can't remember the guy's name. Right outside the Pico building.
Yep.
Also, lamb, beef over rice.
That's my sister's work at 20th and Market. They talk about it all the time.
I think it's Muhammad's place.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. $5 and you get a drink. You can't go wrong.
It's great. The pricing is unbelievable. That's why I love Mexican food. Because I can go in and eat around the world for 45 minutes with 2 margaritas.
69th Street Mexican Grill. They're from Mexico City. They have great burritos. Things are gigantic.
Yeah. And $4.50.
Yeah.
$4.50.
Can't go wrong.
BYO?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's
I am here amazed.
Your head's spinning.
You guys just did the whole Delaware Valley. You didn't even get into
Listen,
New Jersey
he
yet.
Did. No.
I mean, Larry, you can have another business as a food tour guide.
Well, we can start that. Phone number here is it's the,
well, that's fine. Give out your phone number.
Well, our phone number here, 610-353-6860. That number again, 610-353-6860. Operators are standing by to take your call.
And they're very happy and right?
Very, very happy.
Not like the funeral home we talked about in the last episode. They're very happy to receive your call.
They could be happy. All the funeral homes are very happy to receive your call, too. Well,
that's true, I guess. Even though it's at a bad time.
Look how he lit up, though. I wish we had the cameras
funny,
rolling.
actually, yeah.
When he talks about food, this is what I'm talking about.
So it's Cetlin.design.com, right?
Yeah.
Cetlin.design.com. I love food. We could start our own podcast on food. We're just reviewing stuff.
Well, we had a blog, lunchwithlarry.com, which is still up. Which
Really?
hasn't been updated in years.
Wait, so what is it now?
Well, it still is lunchwithlarry.com.
Yeah, I love this.
Lunch with Larry.
When is Gene having lunch with Larry?
In a few minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah, we have dirty pizza.
Yeah, we got to do this. I got to bring it around again when I'm not on
Oh,
dry
you're
July.
on the. If I'd known, I would have brought you some carrot sticks.
I actually ate cantaloupe on the way. Somebody said, "Oh, no fun. You're on the no fun diet." I said, "Yeah, I'm on the no fun diet." This is
And
true.
of all time, well, there's never a good time of year.
Well, guess what? I made it through July 4th, July 5th. Oh, this is great. I'm looking at lunchwithlarry.com, a blog about good eats and restaurant reviews. Oh, shit. I just knocked my mic over. And there's a picture of Larry like this on there with 2 thumbs up. This is great. So let's talk about. All right, here's what I'm going to ask. All right. So Larry is a lifelong Broomall Res, right?
Correct.
So I know I'm going to hate this answer, but I'm going to ask anyway. Favorite hoagie?
Oh,
Italian
hoagie. I like Alfredo's up the street because I can walk there. Okay. And does a nice job. Italian Delight did a nice job with Italian hoagies.
Okay.
But, go down to South Philly. Go down there. Have a nice hoagie.
Name one. If I take you to South Philly right now, where are you going?
I hate to eat at a chain, but Primo's does a real nice job.
Yeah, Primo's is good.
The original one.
I like Primo's. Yeah. I like all the Primos.
They do a nice job.
Yeah.
And there's that bakery right down in Cassius, I think CACIA''S. Great tomato pie. Not as good as Lissio's, but you got to schlep the Jersey.
Yep.
But their stores, they've got unbelievable
Well,
pizza.
I will tell you that I think that all the best hoagies are made on Lissio's rolls. That's my opinion.
It all starts with the bread.
It starts with the bread. There's 60% of it is the bread, I think.
I'd go 80.
You think 80?
Now,
the meat's important, man.
Yeah, it is, but I like that. I like a crunchy roll on the outside. It's got to be dense.
That's the one reason why I'm not a huge fan of Primo's, because by the time I'm done eating it, my jaw hurts. It's got that seeded red. Yeah.
But that's good.
No, I like it, but not all the time.
I think Primo's uses Lissio's bread.
Yeah. But they also do seeded. Don't they have sarcones?
I don't think so.
No, that's Lissio's seeded bread.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe I've never had the seeded at Primo's then.
Oh, it's good.
Because I steer away from it for the most part. My jaw hurts too much. All the talking I do during the day, plus then I eat a hard roll. It's tough. You get on. You don't
need the paleo diet.
I know. Yeah, right. Just working out. That's what they say at the gym. We'll be at the gym in the corner talking. They're like, "What are you doing? Was today jaw day? Working out your jaws today?"
Well, sometimes if I'm dieting, I'll eat an apple during the day just because it ties up your mouth for so darn long. You're not putting any calories really.
You burn calories chewing.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're not taking in any calories. Every time everybody I'm around loses weight, I tend to find it, and it's really
That's
getting
because you're cleaning up everybody's dish.
Oh, maron.
This went down a path.
Yeah, how does this all relate to marketing?
I don't think it does.
It's all good.
We're marketing for other people right now.
Yeah, we pretty much mentioned a lot.
Even marketers have to eat.
Everybody eats.
All right, let me bring this.
And having worked in radio, you can feed anybody they're happy in radio.
Well, no, that's true. And I like Larry's concept. It's like people are probably more likely to buy your service when they have a full belly. Right?
Well,
aren't you happier after you've eaten?
You're definitely happy after you've eaten. And you get a chance to know your clients. And, the people that we've worked with for years, they start as clients, they turn into friends. I mean, that's how, and you only want to work with people that you like. If you don't like somebody, you're not going to want to work with them.
No, I agree with that. I always tell people, especially if you go into a big relationship with somebody who's dropping a lot of money or partnering in some kind of business, it's like, if I can't envision myself on a boat with you and our kids somewhere in 5 years, I don't want to do business with you.
Well, you have to treat their budget like it's your own. So you don't want to squander it, and you only want to recommend things that are going to work. Is there a guarantee? There's not a guarantee on anything. No. But, you look at, we're going back to the social media stuff where people are going on Facebook, but they don't have a landing page that links the two together. Well, that's a mistake. Are you throwing your money out on Facebook? Probably. Mm-hmm. So you have to go back and you have to think. You just don't dive into this head first without having a plan.
Well, most people don't understand what you just said. Okay, so I know for a fact, like dealing in, let's just go back to the Google AdWords or pay-per-click, and then a landing page. Two simple mechanisms to market from a marketing perspective. But somebody who's not in marketing might not really understand what a marketing page is and how you get there and how you pixel it and how you get people to, how you retarget. Like, I'm still amazed at all the people that don't know what retargeting is. So when I talk to people, you know what retargeting is? No, I never heard of that before. Well, when you see the shoes come up 3 days later after you put them in your cart on Amazon, yeah. You think that's voodoo or by accident, or is that by design? Cetlin design. So you see what I did? So I think it's first of all, it's important that most people don't understand how that works, number one. And number two, I think there's a very strong correlation between, especially now, hasn't it become easier to market yourself for free because of social media?
Definitely.
Right? Mm-hmm. And so people think, okay, I'm going to put my stuff on Facebook and it's going to drive business. It's not quite that easy. And the flip side of that becomes this. So Larry comes in and he wants, I'm just making a number up, $1,000 a month to run X, Y, and Z. That's a lot of money to a lot of corporations. And I say a lot of corporations, a lot of small businesses. It's a lot of money a month. When does it get to the point where you hire somebody? Here's what people mistake a lot. Larry probably runs 60 hours in his business a week, right? And I might be underselling you, maybe overselling you a little bit. Larry does 60 hours of marketing for his own company and for other companies. That's what he does. When you are in a business, they tell you should be marketing your business 20 hours a week. So if you're working 60 hours a week, you're taking 33% of your time that week to market your business. Why not hand it off to the pros to do it for you so you can spend those 20 hours doing what you do, right? And then so people look at that and then they go, my big thing always was like, okay, you're going to charge somebody, just say $4,000 a month to run a solid campaign with pay-per-click, with money to put into advertising because it's not free, for the design, maintaining the website, SEO, all these things, print, right? $4,000. Well, that's $48,000 a year. At what point do I hire somebody in-house, right? And maybe you've seen that before. Is that something you've run into?
Well, I mean, a lot of companies, it goes in waves. You have, at one point, you had people going in-house, and then they let them go, and everybody was outsourced. Today, it's a mix because with a new contractor mentality, people aren't keeping in-house departments around as much as they used to,
right.
Unfortunately. And, for us, it's a good thing, but you don't know where the economy is going to go. These benefits are getting more to run a company, especially now. If you're going to have to offer family leave, if you're offering medical, if you're offering vacation. When a company invests in an employee to do what we do, is it really worth it?
Right.
And it depends on what level you want.
Yeah, and going off my number there, if you're charging them $4,000 a month, that's $48,000 annually. If you hire somebody as a W-2, it's probably more like $68,000 annually.
Well, you factor in your Social Security, your unemployment comp, and everything else, and your workers' comp.
And by the way, there's 4 months of training, where when Cetlin Design comes in, what happens? We're running from gate.
Oh, you have to. I mean, you have to learn, like anybody else, you have to learn somebody's business.
Of course. But you can also do
the learning curve's not as long.
No, and you can do that while you're producing results too.
Yeah, we know the questions they ask.
Right.
And off you go to the races.
Yeah.
Is there an industry you don't want to work with?
Food.
Wait, but you do a lot of food.
Well, they're all as very, very small businesses. They need to invest. And when the menu prices change, nothing is worse than going to a restaurant site and seeing an out-of-date menu. Yeah. And not that, the $1 or $2 difference is going to kill you, but you want the restaurant you want the restaurants to be up current. And, frankly, a lot of them go out of business. Yeah. But, that's but realistically, we'd be happy to do a restaurant site.
No.
But it's tough because it is a small business.
Yeah.
And there isn't any industry out there that can't use any marketing services.
100%
whether
right.
it's design, writing, marketing, social, any business. If you're in business,
funeral homes.
You should
right.
Well, funeral homes are getting competitive.
Yeah.
It's you're looking with what's out there now with these life celebrations, and you have cremations, and now people are doing cremating their dogs. She's still breathing down there.
You sure?
Yeah, she's
oh boy.
Okay, good.
So. Take a look at what's, you were talking about real estate. before. I mean, the real estate market's getting extremely competitive now.
Big time.
You have all these startups and all these different companies.
You're talking from a brokerage level, too. How about the agent per agent? Even the agents in the same office is competitive.
It's tough, but people don't realize that you have to have a plan and make an investment. And you're investing really in yourself if you have a business.
Let's talk about we talked a little bit. Well, first of all, let's do this. When you said she's not breathing down there, we haven't mentioned Chloe in this episode. You were not talking about Lorraine. In the previous episode, if you listened, we have dogs here. Yeah. Chloe's one of the dogs who is still breathing. That's what Larry was referring to.
They're
not
part
Lorraine.
Of the, thank you.
Lorraine is still breathing as well, as you can hear.
Thank you so much.
But that's good. Wait, so I always go off track. But
I wanted to ask you, you mentioned websites. What percentage of your business is web design?
That's a good question.
Well, right now we're about 30%, and it's growing. I mean, see the way the trends are going. Direct mail is starting to come back. A lot of people say we're not going to do direct mail anymore. We're going to go with online and email blasts. And
I got to say, I love that, because when I get a direct mail piece, it's so infrequent now that I actually look at it. There was a time when they would go right in the trash. Well, with the exception of political ads, they go right in the trash.
This is the cyclical nature of marketing. Mm-hmm. And in 6 years from now, we'll be going digital marketing's up again and print is dead, right? That's sort of the way that it works, because that avenue. So here's one of the things we push right now is text messaging. Mm-hmm. So there's text message marketing now. Right, and like Gary Vaynerchuk, you ever hear Gary V?
Yeah.
Gary V has a wine text. You can he sends you a text to your phone. He'll say, we have a brand new case of Cabernet Sauvignon for whatever, $19 a bottle, and bottles of 6, and you respond yes, and they ship it to your house. Mm-hmm. Well, when that turns into me getting 800 text messages every 1 minute, I stop looking at my text messages. I go back to email, right?
Exactly.
So this is the cyclical nature, which is funny. But I want to stick with the website thing, because I'm very curious as to what you're seeing from a website thing. Here's why. Because, and I want you to really dig into this. You said 30% right now?
30%. And remember, 5 years ago it was at 0%.
Okay.
And it's been moving up quickly.
Well, so here's what I want to get out of you. So the reason what you're saying is 5 years ago was a 0% is because people started to move towards the free mechanism, which was now a Facebook business page. So the Facebook business page was free. I don't really need a website because it's very expensive and it's a lot of work and a lot of upkeep, and I can just make my business on Facebook. Now, Facebook business page has gone down in reach organically. You have to pay for it now. So people are sliding back into the website field. Give me your thoughts on that stuff.
Well, I mean, the Facebook... you still have to have a Facebook page.
Absolutely.
So I'm you can't disregard that.
Yeah.
But take a look at the Yellow Pages that came out. Basically, the internet is your new Yellow Pages.
True story.
And if you're going to go and if you're still paying for a Yellow Pages ad, and I don't know why anybody'd be doing it, you need to have your website page. And what's more important is the page has to be responsive, because people are looking on their phones. Phone traffic is generating a ton of work. Now, it depends upon the field. If you're going B2B, it's still off desktop. But if you're going to the consumer, it has to be responsive, which means you shouldn't have to scroll through it on your phone. If I have to go scroll through on my phone, I'm deleting it. I'm going to the next guy in line.
Yep.
So that has changed, but people still haven't made that jump yet. It still amazes me how many people, especially in the industrial world, still don't have websites.
Or they're using the website they designed in the 90s when it was a new thing and it looks it. You know?
You have to engage. These websites have to engage. Copy, when you're talking about copy, it has to be brief. People have less attention spans than ever before. They're not going to read a book.
No.
And what's your purpose? If your purpose to hire new people, then that has to go on the homepage if you're going on careers. If it's a restaurant site, or where's the menu? Can you order online? Can you make your reservations? So all these things, but these are all questions that you ask when you meet somebody.
Hey, you know what? To your point about what the ease of use, we're both obviously foodies. And one of the things I hate is when my wife calls and says, we're going to go to X this week. And I look, because I always preview a menu. I always want to see what they have. I'm thinking, especially now when I'm dieting, quote unquote dieting, I want to look to see what they have that I can work my way around, right? Like, okay, I can have this, no bread. I can have that. Salads are great. Soups are good, whatever. I hate when I go online and I can't find a website or a menu. I almost don't want to go there.
Wow.
I hate it. I can't stand
it. Really?
I'm so used to having convenience at my fingertips that when you don't provide me the answer to what I want immediately, I can't deal with it.
It's interesting, too, because for a brief period, it seemed like when the apps got real popular, that people were foregoing websites. Oh, we don't need a website. We just need an app. Well, what's your app going to do? You know?
And how does anybody know that you have an app?
Exactly.
Right?
If you don't have a website.
Or if you don't have marketing in general, right?
I don't get that mentality.
I think, because again, I go back to what we talked about at the beginning of this episode. If you're in funeral home business, how do you know how to market?
Right.
It's not your job to know what a landing page is. It's not your job to. People still, when I say
you got to hire the pro.
Yeah, do you know what a PPC is? No, I don't know what that is. Okay, well then you obviously don't know how Google works, right? And I'm not being demeaning.
You're not condescending. You're trying to make a point that you need a pro. Look, I couldn't tell you how to embalm a corpse, so right?
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
It's actually a good. No, it's a good way to put it. Would you want me fixing your car?
Right?
I doubt it.
You don't want me doing your makeup. You know, right?
Wow.
But you can have a lot of these small companies that are out there. I mean, websites. There's a lot of people who are using Wix and Haibu or Hebrew, however it's pronounced. And the problem with those sites is, yes, you can put them together, you can populate them, but you really don't own that site. So when it's time to take the next step, you own the content, but you're starting from scratch.
Right.
So
I want to ask you a question here because you just said something else that I'm interested in your take on. I'm going to make a statement, and I'm going to include the website and videos because I'm a huge proponent of video for your business, and for everything really. So I'm going to make a statement, and I want your reaction. A bad video slash website is better than no video or website. Discuss.
You have to have video.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people are shooting it off their iPhones, but again, you want your product, your service to be in the best light possible.
Right.
So I'll take something bad versus having nothing at all.
Okay.
So go ahead. No, you go.
I'd like to chime in there. I think it depends upon the industry.
Continue. What do you mean?
Let's say you are a very highbrow law firm. Do you want bad video versus no video? I think you'd go with no video or no website versus a very amateur one because that's going to just take your reputation right down. Now, if you're a restaurant, it's okay because if it's amateur looking, it's mom and pa, isn't that cute? I'm likely to get, to meet the chef when I go in there. Do you see the subtle difference?
I do.
Well, I think the way Gene positioned it, I didn't have a choice. I had to go with video. I had to go with a website and bad video versus no website, no video. So I need to. Based on your suggestion, I had to take the website, even if it has bad video. I need a website versus no website.
Well, wait. So maybe I asked the question incorrectly. So let's just break it down just to the website. So all right, I got what you're saying on that one. So let's say this way:
yes,
bad website versus no website. So would you rather have have somebody have a bad presence or no presence at all? So because let's say you're talking about Wix. So let's say Alfredo's, we're just going to use them as an example. Yep. They say, we don't have the budget to hire Larry and his crew right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw one up ourselves. I'm going to sign on the Wix. I'm going to put it up. Larry looks at it and goes, oh, that's awful. Would you say to them as a consultant, leave it down, don't put anything up at all? Or it's okay that you have that, but now you got to focus on upgrading at some point?
I think you have to have a presence that should be able to be upgraded.
Okay.
Because if you don't have a presence, again, that's your yellow pages now.
Yeah, right.
So if somebody's looking for you, you have to be found. Now, on the other hand, if restaurant A site is horrible and restaurant B site is very good, I'm going to go to restaurant B. It could cost them money, but still go to bad yellow pages ad. So you still have, if you're going to do it right. It doesn't matter. You're going to spend the same amount of time doing it wrong and spend a little money and have a site that you're proud of. It doesn't have to be a fancy site. Sometimes it could be a simple homepage. But you need to have a presence because people have to find you. They have to know you're there. Right. SEO and all the other stuff can follow.
It reminds me of a saying, if you think hiring a professional is costly, wait till you see what it costs to not hire a professional.
Yeah, that's a good one.
In the time and the wasted energy and the redo. The redo is always going to be so.
So I'm a new business in the area. Actually, no, I'm not. I am a new leaf. Okay. Like we mentioned a couple times, the Asian fusion or Japanese, whatever they are here up in Brewball. Larry's going to come in and do lunch, and he's going to give, and let's keep it vague. I don't want you to specifically talk about New Leaf based off of what you know about them. Just a general business consult. Give me your 3 tips right now as to whether, when I go in, I always tell people, look, here's 5 things you could do to better your business, whether you hire me or not. I'd rather you hire me, but if you don't, that's fine. Here's 5 things you need to do, and you need to do them right. Boom, 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 boom. What are Larry's top 3 things? See why I'm going slow here, so you can formulate an answer. What are Larry's top 3 things that you're giving away to these businesses to say, if we do nothing together moving forward, here's what I totally recommend you do moving forward and do it well?
Well, as a restaurant, first thing you look at is cleanliness. Okay. I mean, that has nothing to do with marketing. These are just basic business.
Oh, it has everything to do with marketing.
Well, but the thing is, because what's going to happen is you better monitor your Yelp and Google reviews.
Okay.
And you have to respond. If you're going to do specials, social media. And the other thing I would encourage people to do is on their website, have an email newsletter so you can connect with the customers. I'm just talking about restaurants. So if you're running a special or something, you should have a sign-up newsletter. Reach out through Constant Contact, MailChimp, Emma, or something, and send out email blasts once a month or every 6 weeks.
Love that.
And that's just for a restaurant. Other companies would have different needs.
Okay. So let's keep it vague. A company. So that was really good from a restaurant perspective. Let's just talk about just general.
The first thing people want to do is take a look at the website. Is it good? Is it bad? Are your sales collateral or your meetings or your truck wraps, your fleet, is it matching your
So consistency
overall?
across the board
Absolutely.
is huge. Okay.
Are you consistent and is it effective? Then you go back and you look at the sales. What area needs to be boosted? Are they happy with the sales team? Sometimes, marketing goes beyond just what we do in the communications. I mean, it's, do you have the right people in place? Gets back that, we look at the whole business and, how can we help? We're not business consultants. We're not a McKinsey, but you can go back and take a look and see exactly where the marketing needs are and evaluate the current plan. Sometimes people are doing a great job and there's nothing for us to do. Other times, and they just want to talk. Other times, blow up the whole place.
Yep.
So, but some of these logos and brands that people have, they're 20, 25 years old. You have to tweak them. We just tweaked our logo. And they had to drag me kicking and screaming to get this thing in because I got a big sign on the building.
Yeah, right.
That one's not changing.
You're leaving it?
That one stays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because of the expense.
You got it.
All right. So, but that's interesting. And given, back to what we talked about even in the beginning of the last episode, I want to know what your greatest challenge is as a graphic design company. I know you do more than graphic design, but that was the foundation of your organization. And you kind of just gave one answer. Graphics and logos always need to be tweaked and updated. They're always evolving. What is the biggest challenge you find?
Well, the biggest challenge today is that people are seeing, I could do this if I have clip art or, Shutterstock or iStock or any of the other stuff. I mean, it's killing for the photographers because you can buy this stuff. And the same thing with illustration. You can buy stock illustration. So what's happening, you're starting to get the sameness. Our job is to really educate people on the importance of the design and how to have a unique brand identity. That's the challenge.
How difficult is that sale?
Depends on the age of the client. I mean, and how smart they are. If you're like you were talking about, a company earlier, that if the owner doesn't take pride in the business and think, it's good enough, you're not going to win that battle. If they realize, if the company owner is smart and they realize that they need to stay current with the times, it's much easier to deal with.
Do you find there's a correlation between the age of the decision maker? And no, I'm curious.
It depends. Because you can have 60, 70-year-old guys or women on top of their game, or you can have people who are 40 say that's good enough. So it depends. But the clients that we're dealing with now tend to be younger, tend to be more digital because that's what they grew up with. And, getting back to, what Gene was saying with the videos, I mean, videos are going to become more key, but again, it costs money and people aren't allocating the budgets properly to do this.
So even the short video, I'm always in favor of having a YouTube channel. I mean, it's great that you can put your videos on Facebook, but I like to have it on YouTube and share from there. Gene, can you back me up on that?
No, I can't. You need a YouTube channel, but you can't share it. You have to natively upload your videos to everywhere they go.
Really?
Yeah. Because think about it. So just a real, and I want to see if Larry will accept some advice from me at the end of this, because I'm looking at this lunch with Larry and I love it. But no. So think about what happens. So when it's real simple. When you take a video and you upload it onto YouTube, and then you take that link and share it on Facebook.
Right.
What happens is Facebook takes that link and creates a preview for you, right?
Okay.
So you say, check out my new video. Well,
right.
when somebody on Facebook goes to click to watch the video, where does it take them?
YouTube.
To their competitor. So Facebook, from an algorithm perspective, is saying, why are we sending them to YouTube?
Oh, I see.
They don't want you doing that. They
See,
show it to less people.
That's why he's the digital architect.
You need, unfortunately, this is where our business thrives, because for you to upload one single video that's a half a gig to 7 channels will take you an hour and a half.
Right.
Where for me, just pay me the $40.
Yeah.
Or whatever the number is. But so you want that video natively upload for here's the other. So we talked a minute ago, right, about convenience and all this good stuff. If you what we were saying was no video or bad video.
Right.
This is an example of what I would call quote unquote bad video. If you put links everywhere, you're going to get less people to see it. However, if the fact that you have to upload that video, this is good, you're going to have to rewind this to listen to it. If the fact that you have to upload that video natively to all sites is going to stop you from putting it anywhere, then just put the links.
I see what
Follow
you're
me
saying.
on that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You just have to know that you're sacrificing organic views for saving time.
I got you.
Make sense?
I got you.
Right?
Yeah, there's a trade-off.
So
you got to put the work in.
Listen, I want to make a Are you open to recommendations?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Man, that site is old. If you're looking at lunch.
Oh no! I totally
ancient.
see it.
Yeah.
And this is my recommendation. You need to pick it back up because I'm loving this. This is phenomenal. I'm just thinking about it's awesome. Like, for example, I'm looking through this stuff. Scanicios, right?
Oh, delicious.
This is the title of the blog post. Scanicios. It's worth learning how to park in the median strip. And if you're from South Philly, you know what that is, right?
Yes.
So what I really would say if I were you, because it sounds like you're going to lunch 4 times a week anyway.
Too many times.
It's okay. Yeah. Now turn this into a moneymaker. So have you seen Barstool Sports pizza reviews?
No.
Okay. Google Dave Portnoy Barstool Sports pizza reviews. So all he does 4 times a week is comes out of a pizza parlor somewhere with a whole pizza, takes a 3-minute video of him reviewing the pizza. It's hilarious. I don't really like their stuff normally. I don't follow them except for that. When there's a pizza review, I stop and watch it. He just recently, I was trying to find this. There's a drink that recently sponsored the show because he has so many friggin' views. So talk about Yelp. There's a couple, how much time we got? None. Okay. A couple months back, he went down and did a review in Kentucky called Goodfellas Pizza. In the middle of the review, the manager came out, didn't know who he was, gave him a whole bunch of shit, kicked him off the property. Listen, within 24 hours, their Yelp review went to shit because all the people follows Dave Portnoy. He has so many people following him that they crushed this Yelp, the business on Yelp, to the point where when you would search for it, a disclaimer came up and said, due to recent activity online,
my goodness,
the reviews of this may be skewed.
Wow.
That's how powerful it was. You need to go out and take these 2-minute videos when you're doing these lunch things and review these places because your writing here is awesome, and I would follow this every day.
And he could do that video on his phone. That would be
100%.
fun.
Oh, no, 100% on his phone. Yeah.
Yeah, my trainer's not going to be happy with this, but okay.
No, it doesn't always have to be fat boy stuff. It can be some good stuff.
Well, are we out of time?
Yeah, we're good. I'm pushing her limits here. I love it.
Like, go to Shady Maple. You ever go to Shady Maple?
This is one of the things.
Yep. Ever been to Shady Maple? All right, road trip. Buffet in Lancaster, ton of food. It's all mediocre, but I'm all about the quantity versus the quality.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Just give me a lot of junk, but as long as there's lots of it to try, I'm happy. You go to one of these, you go to like a French place, you get this little small portions with little sauce on it.
Yep.
And pay a ton of money for it. Then you have to go down to Wawa, get a hoagie.
I was going to say cheesesteaks on the way home.
Something on the way. I said, that's not fun.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So just to his point, he's got a blog post on here about Shady Maple Smorgasbord. And the title is Shady Maple Smorgasbord, stock up on the cholesterol meds. I'm telling you, this would be good video stuff. You need to start posting here. I'm telling you.
Well, but it gets back to that review that you were talking about, and we're out of time, but that's can't stop me now. The problem with the social media is you have some folks who can kill a restaurant on basically bad reviews. And I just urge people, just before you start commenting on stuff, people, there is a person behind the restaurant. Yep. And you really want to, we're on this Delaware County. I look at the Delaware County restaurant review site. And,
I'm on that too. Yep.
Yeah, some of these guys are brutal.
Yep.
And if it's not constructive, don't post it.
Actually, here's what we're going to do.
And plus, it makes you look bad if you're going to be critical.
So to Larry's point, I'm going to tie this into our next place where we're going to go. Wolf's Superior Sandwiches.
I read about them in Aston. It's supposed to be great.
That's all I hear about in this Delaware County restaurant review. So we're going to call out to this guy, Dan, and tell them, and we're going to share this with them, this clip.
Okay.
See if this marketing works. We'll share this clip with them, and then we're going to invite ourselves down there to do a podcast with them.
Sounds good.
You like that?
Yeah, you're on it.
All right, I know we got to wrap it up.
All right. And you want to tell everybody that?
Apple iTunes, 5-star reviews only. Send us private messages if you want to get on the show, if you want to sponsor the show, whatever it might be.
Yeah, we'll come out to your location. It doesn't have to be a restaurant, but we love when you have food
and do
there.
it now while I'm not eating. It's cheaper for you.
Oh, that's right.
It's cheaper for these people to feed us and drink us.
Because Gene actually can eat and drink me under the table.
Oh,
Big
yeah,
time.
I'll kill it. Most people I can eat and drink on the table. Yeah, so when we do this and I'm on Dry July, get on the horn now because now it's going to cost you $6 as opposed to like $80.
MarketingRV.com.
Ask Fearless Restaurants.
And they're waiting for us at the Mushaloon. We got to go there
let's
soon.
Let's do that in August so I can drink on the boat.
Definitely.
Apple iTunes, MarketingRV.com, Instagram, MarketingRV. Search for Ranalli and Volpe, and you'll find us.
Ciao.